rising cost of health insurance for municipal employees should be of great concern to local taxpayers. As with public employee pensions, the problem of rising health insurance costs can result in tax increases on the residents of our communities. The good news is that there is an area where health insurance spending can be reduced in a sensible and responsible way. Taxpayer cost savings can be found by introducing reasonable eligibility standards into the Public Safety Employee Benefits Act, otherwise known as PSEBA. So what is PSEBA? PSEBA is a 1997 law that provides taxpayer-funded health insurance benefits under two distinct circumstances. The first threshold for eligibility is when a police officer or firefighter is killed while responding to an emergency. In this circumstance, the employee's spouse receives taxpayer-funded health insurance coverage for life. Dependent children are also eligible for the benefit up until the age of 25. Benefits paid to the families of these deceased employees are not in question and are most certainly deserved based upon the extreme nature of the sacrifice. These families should be taken care of by the taxpayers. But there's a second threshold for PSEBA eligibility that is costing taxpayers millions of dollars and is in desperate need of reform. Under this second threshold, police officers, firefighters, and eligible family members get the lifetime health insurance benefit under PSEBA if the employee sustains what is known as a catastrophic injury while responding to an emergency. Federal law, major corporate life insurance policies, and plain common sense consider an injury to be catastrophic when the injury is so severe that it makes gainful employment impossible. Providing lifetime health insurance benefits for these most severe injuries, the kind that prevent any future employment within the economy, can and should be supported by everyone. Unfortunately, the 1997 PSEBA law did not clearly define catastrophic injury. In fact, the law doesn't define it at all. This ambiguity allowed the Illinois State Supreme Court to extend lifetime taxpayer-funded health insurance benefits to police officers and firefighters whose injuries are far from catastrophic. What this means is that Illinois taxpayers are footing the health insurance bills for many former municipal employees who are gainfully employed elsewhere. This is simply wrong and grossly unfair to municipal taxpayers. The Daily Herald recently reported on a former Libertyville firefighter who was awarded lifetime health insurance coverage based on the Illinois Supreme Court's extremely expansive definition of catastrophic injury. This former municipal employee is now drawing a disability pension while gainfully employed as a teacher. He could have taken the health insurance coverage offered by the new employer. Instead, the taxpayers of Libertyville are paying for his health insurance coverage under PSEBA. This type of situation is happening all over Illinois as a consequence of a flawed law worsened by a court decision. And guaranteed lifetime health insurance coverage under PSEBA costs taxpayers a great deal of money. The IML surveyed 50 communities to determine the cost impact of PSEBA payouts to former police officers and firefighters. Between 2003 and 2010, the annual cost grew from $358,000 to over $2.7 million per year. This represents an increase of 677% over 7 years. When all these costs are added together, the taxpayers paid over $11 million over 7 years for PSEBA benefits, and this is only among the communities that participated in the IML survey. These costs will continue to grow as employees are awarded lifetime health insurance benefits despite being able to perform gainful employment within the economy. There's an ongoing effort to further expand PSEBA eligibility using the court system. Under current law, a police officer or firefighter is eligible for PSEBA benefits if they're awarded a duty disability benefit for an injury sustained while responding to an emergency. There are 2 cases winding their way through the court system where former employees are trying to win rulings declaring that training exercises be considered as emergencies. This would make employees injured during routine training exercises eligible for lifetime health insurance benefits under PSEBA. The end result is even higher costs for municipal taxpayers. This was never the intention of the original PSEBA law, and neither was awarding lifetime health insurance benefits to former employees who moved on to other jobs. Even the Senate sponsor of the original law agrees that the law has gone beyond her original intent. It's time for the Illinois General Assembly to fix the PSEBA law and restore it to what it should be, a health insurance safety net for police officers and firefighters whose duty-related injuries are so severe that future employment within the economy is no longer a possibility. The IML is committed to reforming PSEBA in a way that eliminates abuse. We also want to ensure that PSEBA benefits are available to provide health insurance benefits for police officers and firefighters that sustain injuries that make any future employment impossible. Municipal residents shouldn't pay higher taxes to provide health insurance coverage for former employees who can get insurance with another employer or who are self-employed.